Hi guys, I'm coming to you live, fresh faced and shrinkage full. Welcome back to Read with Melanin, and today we are going to be talking about the books that I read in the month of February. So the foliage that is on my reading chair is left over from my birthday party that my friend decorated for me, and it's such a vibe. However, it's sticking to my hair, so we might have to remove a leaf or two, you know what I'm saying? Like, she cute, but she pulling out my hair. Anyways, so for the month of February, again, you can see this, the video I posted before this has this full breakdown of like the spread that I did, but this is the spread. And I read a total of 5 books. I've read 2 novels and 2 comic books. So to me, that was a great reading month because, like I said, just understanding, like, I'm trying to build a business. Oh, I dropped all my stickers. Hold on. Like I was saying, I gave myself a goal of reading 5 books a month because I am understanding that, I'm trying to balance my time out a little bit more. Your girl wants to start dating again and all that stuff. So because of that, like, I'm going to be devoting time to different things. So yeah, I have books. Let's talk about books. The first book that I finished in the month of February is Akata Woman by Nnedi Okorafor. This is the 3rd book in the Nnedi. Lord knows I can never say that word. The Nnedi series. I'm going to just put the word down at the bottom because your girl cannot say the word. But this is the 3rd book. It still follows Sunny. It follows Sunny. And again, like I said, I genuinely enjoyed the book. It gave me, like, I wouldn't mind having more stories about Sunny if this was something Nnedi wanted to do. I would totally enjoy it because it gives me leopard people. It gives me vibes. But, like, you also got to watch Sunny grow up and fully embracing herself and who she is. And so, excuse me, I like that aspect of it as well. I personally feel as though, we need more stories like this. Like, I can't imagine how I would feel if, like, this kind of book was available to me when I was younger. It's just magic and black people. Like, that's just all it is magic and black people. So yeah, I like it. I liked it. I very much enjoyed it. I don't remember the star rating that I gave it. So, reading planner back. I gave it a 4-star rating. And in my review that I wrote in my journal, I said, I think it gave me enough closure. I still really like Sunny and the crew. I'm going to love to hear more stories about them. I do know that there's a novella where Sunny and Sasha go back to the States. I do know there's a novella, so I will be getting that because I do want to know. I love little novellas that, like, tell extra pieces, of the story of the life that keeps the story going. So I love that. So I will be definitely getting that. So yeah, the first one is Akata Woman. The second book was a buddy read, and I must say, so far, this is in my tops of reads for this year, and that is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn Tan. I already knew I wanted to read this book because it was Chinese mythology, but I didn't know how much I was going to enjoy this book. So the premise of this story is, about a goddess named Chang'e, the goddess of the moon. She is confined to the moon, but she has a daughter that nobody knows about. And that is, this character ends up having to flee from the moon kingdom and start her life somewhere else. And it forms into this beautiful story because the way that originally, like, my mind had to shift because it tells the story in their immortal realm. Like, Earth is still a whole other realm. Like, they're in the immortal realm. And what is the name of the main character? Shein. I forgot how to pronounce it. I listened to this with audiobook. Well, I listened to the audiobook until like the last 12 chapters, and then I turned the audiobook off and ran and grabbed my book and sat in the chair and like read the ending. I felt like this was a chunker. She's a thick book. She's got a bunch of chapters, but I didn't feel like the story lagged. I feel like the story had a very nice flow to it, and there was enough action, enough suspense, enough cliffhangers, and jaw-dropping moments for me that I was very entertained. I will say that I think that there is going to be a bit of a love triangle situation. And this love triangle, I might actually believe. Because, you know, a lot of the love triangles nowadays have been written in a way where it's very obvious that it's not a love triangle. Like, it's just that one other person was kind of feeling her. But, like, this one kind of seems believable for an interesting reason. And I can't say the reason because you have to read the book. And I've actually been thinking that this is going to be the first book in my Books That Snatched My Wig series. So we are going to be doing a series on my reading channel. And those will be my book reviews. So for the book reviews, it'll be, did they snatch my wig or not? And we'll either be, you know, doing hair during the video or doing makeup during the video. But I have to remember, I'm going to try to leave the comment of the person who gave me the idea because I think that's such a great idea. So again, we'll be doing like a Did It Snatch My Wig review, and also be doing hair and beauty and stuff since I kind of miss doing that stuff on my channels. But yes, this was my best read so far of the year. I highly recommend it. If you like books that are on mythology that's not Greek or Roman, you'll enjoy this book, in my opinion. I thought it was done really, really well. For this to be a debut for the author, I am very intrigued to see what else comes out from this author. Obviously, I'm going to continue the series, but you know, if she does come out with anything else, I would be very interested to know because, again, really done well. So my library has finally gotten the comics that I requested, and is the Miles Morales Straight Outta Brooklyn edition. So I forgot which iteration this is, but this is the iteration that is written by Saddam Hussein, I think. Hold on. Saladin Ahmed. And Javier Caron is the artist for it. So I picked up these because I like the artist. And so this one is still Miles. In this iteration, his dad was a former SHIELD agent. His uncle is still the same uncle. His mom is a nurse. He's still in a private school. And so he's navigating, trying to figure out how to be Spider-Man of Brooklyn. Because, you know, in this comic, Peter Parker of Queens is actually in his same universe. Like, they're not in separate universes in this story. They're in the same universe in this story. So the first one is Straight Out of Brooklyn, and the second one is Bring On the Bad Guys. So I'm going to be actually getting the third one because I think the third one is finally at the library. So we's happy about that. And I think I'm also going to start reading the Ultimate Spider-Man because that's another Miles one. But for some reason, I've been in the mood to read Miles. And I'm obviously going to start talking more about Ironheart too because, you know, she low-key my fave because I've been waiting for an Ironheart type character my whole life. And we finally got one. And they just announced the actress that's going to be playing her in the MCU. So we will definitely be having more Ironheart conversations because Moon Girl and Ironheart are baes. And so, yeah, but I did want to read Miles too because I want to kind of tie him into my thoughts. So if you're interested in having like full-blown nerd chats about like the intelligence spectrum, like all that stuff, like we can talk about that here. But yeah, I read these two comics. So back onto the goal of reading the things that are on my bookshelf already. I picked up A Song of Wraith and Ruin. I've had this book since it came out in the summer of 2020 and just never read it. Then during the Barnes & Noble sale this year, I bought the second one, not even reading the first one. So I will say that was probably dumb. But so when I started this book, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. It started off a little slow for me. So the story is told in dual person. So it's told from the standpoint of Malik and from the standpoint of Princess Karina. Princess Karina's part was aggy to me. In the beginning, she read like a spoiled brat, like, and it wasn't even in a way that I felt was like a point to the story. It was like, okay, you made it a point. She's here. But in the contrast, Malik was immediately interesting to me because the book starts off like guns blazing is how this book starts. It starts off guns blazing and then it spends a little bit of time after they've already like shot the gun, explaining some things that are going on and explaining the world. And I felt like I will say I really enjoyed the world building part of this book. I felt like I really got a clear understanding of, what is the name of this place? What is the name of this place? Zidan? No, wait, no. Malik is from Zidan. I can't remember the name of the place that they live, but like, not only did I understand the place, but I also really understood Solstasia. And the ending of this book, I was like, I mean, okay, so I did find some of the typical like YA tropes in here, but I think Roseanne did a really good job. A lot of these, like a song of books, I'm like, yo, like, I think that I enjoyed this. And I also loved, how do I put this? I loved the fragility of these characters. Because sometimes when we read like YA books and they're books about like 15, 16-year-old kids, they have a tendency to act way adult, like all the time. Like they're doing and being brave and like all this stuff. And they're like being so amazing, right? But these two were just complete mess ups. Like every word of it, like just complete teenagers and just completely like imperfect. And I think that really helped me with the story, and that helped me like want to learn more about the stories and want to actually remember the character names. There are a couple memorable characters to me that I really enjoyed. Excuse me. I predicted one thing, but one thing I was totally off on. And yeah, I'm going to read the second one probably next month or probably this month. Just because I think this is a duology. I don't think this is a trilogy. I think this is a duology. And I will also say, like, let's start being okay with getting books that are one book, because it's okay. But I'm not minding, because again, the covers are stunning, and you know, the same cover on the second one, so we appreciate that. Yeah, but I gave this book a I gave this a 3.5. So yeah, I gave it a 3.5, and I said, also, there are still some discounted planners left over in my shop if you are interested. I said, at first, Karina's part annoyed the absolute living daylights out of me. I just found her to be a brat who wanted to skirt from her duties, but by the end, I just felt confused by her story and her magic, and apparently the death of her sister and father. I can't say this part because this is a spoiler. I will say that's something I totally forgot. So the magic, I think the magic in this story is really creative. I enjoy magic systems, but more importantly, I enjoy magic systems that seem like they could actually be a thing. And I feel like there's a lot of like deep old magic in this story, but I hope that in the next book we get some explanations about some magic that was revealed, where we touched on it, but we didn't get to deep dive on it. And I'm hoping, because of the way that this book ended, that the second book is going to explain some of the magic to me and make me understand why it was presented, how it was presented in the story. So yeah, we read that one. Okay, guys, so those were the books that I read for the month of February. My question to you always is, what books did you read in February that you enjoyed? Is there a new book that you think that I might enjoy? As always, leave it down below in the comment section. If you've made it this far, don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button, and leave me an emoji down below to let me know that you finished the video. And until the next time, guys, bye.